Hello, I'm Andrew Marston and this is my wife Rachel, and we've been farming here on a family farm for quite a lot of years now. We run some Swale ewes, Beltex ewes and some suckler cows and pure limers, and so that's what we are, maybe 400 acres, something like that, and a flock of 300 Beltexes, and that's what you've come to talk about today. We're in Kirby Stephen. We're on a hill farm, so quite, as you can tell by the views in background, where there's no lowland farm, and a lot of people think that Beltexes are off lowland farms and only suitable for them, but we are proving that a bit different, that they can survive on harsh environments with long winters and short summers.
After foot and mouth, and we'd lost quite a few sheep, so we thought, well, we'll try something different.
We saw some white-headed sheep and thought they might do a job, so we got some white-headed crossed ewes, and we got a really nice tup, pure Beltex off John Bradley, and we really liked the tup that much that my dad thought it'd be a good idea to buy 1 or 2 pure ewes, and so we went and bought a few pure ewes, and that's how it started really, how we got into the Beltexes from then on.
So we put the tups in sort of mid-October time, so we start lambing mid-March right through to the end of April.
We do buy most of our tups from Carlisle Premier Sale. Find there's a good amount of tups to be seen, and quality is very good. Type of tup we go for is something we prefer, a blue-headed tup if we can now. We like a good skin, and something that's good on its legs really, but and definitely a good carcass, shoulder. Yeah, main job is for probably breeding for meat, but we do keep part females ourselves, so legs come into it a little bit as important they are for that job.
No, they're out in all weathers, aren't they, really, apart from lambing time, and they're about 1,000 feet, something like that.
We don't house the sheep at all until a week or two before lambing time, so they're out wintered in all weathers, in harsh environments. Yeah, big bale silage and a bit of concentrate a few weeks before lambing really. But that's what they are. What they can stand the cold weather. They're not like sheep that have to be pampered a lot or anything like that.
Well, we sort of lamb them mid-March right through to the end of April really. All the shearings, I think over time we've learnt that we put them to a Beltex regardless of whether a Texel cross or Beltex cross. They just have nice little lambs so we can get them out easily. So that's what we do with the shearings. And then the freakier sort of sheep we'll put to the Beltex. We do lamb them all inside, so the only time that we have a bit of work with them is at lambing time. And that's probably 24 hours a day. We have a little rota system going. Me and Catherine lamb the sheep. Andrew doesn't really like lambing the sheep. But yeah, I like lambing sheep, and so does Catherine, so we like a bit of a challenge sometimes, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Why would you like? We can have some tough lambings with them sometimes, but they can stand a bit of pulling lambs, and they're up and sucking in no time. Yeah, I really like them. They're quite hardy little creatures really. They're like little mushrooms. They just grow and they come out and they've got really baggy skin. And then a week later you go and they've filled the skin and they've got good little bums on them, and yeah, they romp on, they really do. Yeah, they're probably best at like 6 weeks old really, like the Beltex lambs, tremendous little things. We do sell our lambs store lambs, most of them, keep part for gimmers, but the rest go store lambs. We find for a farm of our sort that the selling store lambs is a really good job. Reduce the amount of feed. Our store lambs don't receive any supplementary feed in regard, cake or anything, and they run on often the harder fields or harder environments. The meal gimmers tend to go on the better land because we sell them early September. And between 200 and 300 lambs will maybe go to Wigton auction, and we sell them there. Takes a bit of sorting them out because we like them in little batches, so we maybe sell 1 or 2 to start with, and then sell them in batches of 10s and 15, probably no more than a 20 in a pen. They look really nice when they're all matched up together nicely. They do really well for us. I think they averaged about 135 this year right through with no feed, so that's hopefully making some money for us.
We used to sell fat of it, but we used to sell them to a lot to steads and butchers, like, you know, we did quite regular away really, but it was just...
It's just not cost effective for this farm, is it?
No,
really?
well, you took like 3 lambs to, well, 20 lambs, and there was only one goes to butchers and then to others, you know, so it was nice to do it. Another thing that we do a little bit as well, and we maybe doing a little bit more, is breeding some crossbred tups, or sort of pure Beltex tups nearly. And we had half a dozen tups, you know, towards £1,000 weight, a bit towards your replacement tups. If we had more land, I might keep some more gimmer lambs of our own and make them into shearlings, where you can easily make £300 plus out of good crossbred Beltex Texel cross yows. They'd be good to sell if we had a different farm, but you do the best on the farm that you have with what you have. We find on the farm like ours, because it's an upland farm, that you know, the sheep do thrive fairly well, considering the harsh, you know, environment that they're in all the time. We tend to keep the flesh better. They're not massive sheep, but therefore we can probably keep more of these on the ground than what we could with some bigger, framier sheep who will take a lot more filling. And they do seem to look after themselves fairly well, not required as much feeding anyways.
You probably don't get the same quantity of lambs with a Beltex, but the quality is good. So if you're not paying any feed expenses on a lamb and you can make £135, then most of that is profit.